said in 1981, Johnny Gray has the American record. Thomas Johnson will be starting out of lane 1. Chuck Aragon, the 1,500-meter specialist, lane 2. Mark Everett, George Kirsch, Carlton Hamer, Michael Starr, James Maton, and Octavius Clark round out the field. George Kirsch starting in lane 4, a tremendous runner in high school last year, and Dwight Stones is with me now. And Dwight, you've commented many times as how in 1 year he's made the transition from high school star to world-class athlete, and that's a big difference.
Well, Marty, you know, he had to have been a front runner in high school because he ran such tremendous times nobody could have stayed with him. For him to have learned the tactics that he has in 1 year of junior college running is really amazing.
Hey, George Kirsch has run 1:46 while still in high school. And as the gun goes off on the inside lane, Thomas Johnson, running for the United States Army, is out very quickly. This was a staggered start, so the fact that he's out front is even more impressive than it looks as he gets the lead over George Kirsch. As we mentioned, Mike Starr and Chuck Aragon, two 1,500-meter men, are in the back of the field right now. This early speed, a little bit too much for them.
Few people can stay up with the type of pace that Tommy Johnson is setting. It's just a matter of time till he is reeled in by the pack unless he slows down himself. He's butting a headwind here on the home stretch, and he's really going on in a very fast time. The rest of the pack is smart enough and realizes that this guy is just let him go, and we'll catch up with him sometime in the back stretch.
49 seconds for the first lap. Octavius Clark, 7:94 in third place, likes to go out real fast, but even he isn't up there on this pace as George Kirsch is now in second, Octavius Clark in third, and they are starting to reel in Thomas Johnson as they hit the final 250 meters.
This is an unusual place for George Kirsch this year in that he's been running in the pack, but he's really the leader of the second pack. Now it's a matter of how and when does he pass Thomas Johnson to best position himself for a strategic run down the straightaway.
A little bit of bumping right there as Johnson slows up and Kirsch tries to go on his inside. Now he's boxed, and there's the big surprise. Mark Everett springing from the pack. Mark Everett from the University of Florida, fastest collegian this year, will continue his winning ways. Watch the dive at the tape now. Ocky Clark will get second. So two runners who train in the state of Florida will go 1-2, and George Kirsch has learned a lesson that he will have to redo before the Olympic trials in 1 month's time. The winner, Mark Everett, in a very quick time, winning in his home state.
And just about the time we're talking about how impressively George Kirsch has learned to run tactically well, he makes a giant tactical gaffe, gets boxed, and ends up fifth at best in that particular race. It's really a shame. It hopefully is a lesson that he will learn for a month from now when he has to compete in the Olympic trials. Mark Everett absolutely comes from nowhere out into lane 3. Looked like he was out of the race. Look at him flailing with his upper body, but still moving very impressively forward, pulling away from the pack. Looks like he's really laboring. That right arm is just all over the track, but again, finished well and ran a very impressive time for him.